So in the book, Revolutionizing Business Operations, there are two axes. One, of course, are the drivers of change. And the other, if you kind of think of those as verticals, those are the different stages of maturity of change. And we'll walk through them, but just to kind of frame what we're going to talk about, each of these four stages of maturity, we will talk about what problem are we trying to solve in each of these, how do you measure success, and what are the questions you need to ask yourself. So let me begin, Filippo, with the first stage, which is default. And that's basically the stage where functional silos are all over the place. There is work which is being done, and people may think that that is transformational, but really it is still confined to the default stage of maturity, which is going to vary widely amongst the organization. So the question you have to ask yourself is, am I optimizing for the whole, or am I just focused on my own little silo?
Absolutely. And the second stage, which evolves directly from there, is what we call intentional. Now you realize you are operating in silos. You have optimized each one of them as best as you could, but you are missing out the collaboration across these different verticals, functional verticals. And so the process in intentional becomes much more transparent, and the value is articulated much more proactively and beyond what just efficiency, cost cutting for the most part would be. So the question you will ask yourself in this case is my customer, the customer of this process, meaning the internal stakeholder, the internal user, the internal employees, will the customer see the value? Is it so the paradigm is shifting from us to the recipient of the process of the service. It's not about us judging whether the value is there or not, even with the best metrics. But if the customer sees the value we're bringing. And with that, Tony, we move to the third driver, which is integrated.
Yes. So the third stage of maturity is integrated. And really, what we're talking about is going beyond operations and driving innovation. So process innovation becomes systemic in the organization. It's not just an expectation, but this is really what you stand out for inside the organization. Also, the operational organization gets so good. Like think of GE during Six Sigma. It also becomes the go-to organization to solve big wicked problems on behalf of the whole company. And then the transformation mechanism so that the company continues to systemically change just becomes part of the DNA. It's not something that you have to do. And as a result of this, each of the services or capabilities or products that are delivered through the operations come along with the entire mindset and the practices of professional product management. So that's stage 3, and then stage 4 is responsive.
Absolutely. So in the responsive, the evolution is, I would say, almost exponential, because in addition to all the value, which was a step change right there with integration, with integrated, now we have a model in place with all the sensors, with all the ability to respond to market change almost automatically and intentionally. And in doing so, we are able to anticipate. We drive change, sometimes even before the change is required, because, as you know, when it's required, may be too late. So there is this ability to anticipate, and the critical question here is, do I have truly the mechanism in place to change before change is due or overdue? So this is what truly characterized as a proactive anticipation and being responsive to the ever-evolving business needs.